Thank you, Bill. Mark Green is the chairman of that committee. He's with me now. Sir, good morning to you. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, Bill.
So,
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, May 11th it expires. That's a short 15 days from now. What are we going to do with 11,000 asylum seekers a day?
Well, Alejandro Mayorkas is just going to usher them into the United States. He has established this mechanism with an app, the CBP One app, to basically grant parole to anyone who goes through the app. I mean, that's his goal, to speed people into the country. This is all very intentional. They've basically opened our southern border. Tragically, though, the cartels have seized the opportunity and are using it to get drugs and to smuggle people. So it's making them billions of dollars, and it's destabilizing cities all across America.
Well, Bill Melugin reported on Josh Hawley really pressing Mayorkas yesterday about this report about migrant child labor. And here's the numbers. Call for number 3. This is unaccompanied children encounters at the southwest border since the beginning of the Biden administration is 354,000, almost 355,000 people. And then you had Karine Jean-Pierre, who is the press secretary of the president. She's blaming Congress. Watch here.
Look, it's unacceptable that these companies are using child labor. This administration moved swiftly to crack down on violators and are more vigorously vet sponsors of unaccompanied minors. DOL and HHS launched a new task force to heighten cooperation and better share information. We also need Congress to provide the resources we need to enforce.
So their position is that Mayorkas doesn't need to be impeached. They need more resources. How will your committee deal with that?
So it's very interesting. If you take the first 2 years of this administration, they've had more people come into the United States than all 12 years of the 2 previous administrations combined. And we didn't have a sudden decrease in resources. The dollars to their department didn't go down. The number of CBP didn't go down. What changed was the deletion of 89 policies that had been very effective in keeping those numbers down. This is a policy issue. I totally disagree with the secretary. He actually waived the background checks on the sponsors. This was their decision, their policy decision, to waive the background checks on these sponsors. That's why this situation has occurred with these, forced labor. It is a lie for him to say it's not his policies. That's the only thing that's changed.
But even if you got your wish and Mayorkas resigned, or you got him impeached, what's the signal on behalf of this administration that anything would even change at the border?
Well, we can only hold accountable the people who are sitting in the chair, Bill. And this guy has been charged to secure the borders of the United States, both our cyber border and our physical borders, our maritime borders. And he has failed. And I'll show today at 10 o'clock when we have him in front of us that he has lied under oath to Congress. This guy should not be in the chair, and we'll face whomever the president puts back in the seat. But Mayorkas cannot be the Secretary of Homeland Security with this big of a failure.
Okay, a question on that, though. So President Biden has full confidence in Mayorkas. Otherwise, Mayorkas would be gone. And anytime they're asked about it, the White House says yes. So the Republicans have a narrow majority in the House. You would be able to presumably get it passed if you were able to get this to a floor vote to impeach Mayorkas. But that's not going to happen in the Senate. So is it time well spent to try to impeach Mayorkas?
Well, look, the Senate said they wouldn't vote for the D.C. crime bill. The president said he wouldn't vote for it. And as we educated the American people with our messaging, they had to change their mind. Even the president himself said, OK, I'm not going to side with the carjackers. So I think if we can get the message out there of what's really happening at the southern border, the senators are going to be forced. I mean, think about young children being exploited. If there's a senator who thinks that's OK, well, let them go back to the people in their election. But we're going to educate the American people. And I think the ranker's going to get loud enough. Maybe they'll act. I certainly hope they've got that much decency over there.
We'll be watching, sir. Thank you for your time. Mark Green, the congressman.